Good morning, grade 1, excuse me. We are, I believe, in the last lesson in our English books, The Tailor and His Friend. It says, read and enjoy this story, so let's try to read and try to enjoy it. Kalu, the tailor, had a shop near the river. This word is a word that a lot of us say wrong. River. It has a short I sound, a short E sound. River. Okay, don't say river. It's a river. Kalu, the tailor, had a shop near the river. He made colorful pants and shirts for children. Appu, the elephant, was his friend. Appu came to his shop every day. Kalu gave him many nice things to eat. So what do we learn in this first paragraph? The name of the tailor is Kalu. He had a shop, a tailor shop, near a river. You know what a river is? We've learned about it in EVS, I believe. Water, lots of water, flowing naturally through valleys. And I'm sure some of us have even seen the Kosi River. So he made clothes, very colorful clothes for children. His friend was an elephant called Appu. Appu came every day to meet Kalu, and Kalu gave him nice things to eat. Shall we read on? One day, Kalu wanted to play a trick. He did not give Appu anything to eat. He took out his needle instead and pricked Appu's trunk. Ouch! Appu ran away in pain. My goodness! What a naughty thing to do to your friend. So what happened one day? Kalu decided he wanted to play a trick. To play a trick is to play a prank, to do something that tricks others and confuses them and surprises them. He must have been very bored that day, Kalu, to play a trick on his friend. He did not give Appu anything to eat when Appu came for his snack. Usually he got a banana or something delicious. Today, Kalu took out his needle. He was a tailor, so he had lots of needles. He took out his needle instead, means instead of fruit. He didn't give him fruit. He took out a needle instead. Okay. I didn't go to Majkhali. I went to Korechina instead. Okay. And this is how we say it, instead. And poked Appu's trunk. The trunk of an elephant is this part of its body. And Kalu poked Appu's trunk. Poor Appu ran away in pain. Let's see what happens next. 2 days later, Appu came down to the river and filled his trunk with water. He reached Kalu's shop and threw water everywhere. All the new clothes became wet. My goodness. So, after Appu ran away in pain, 2 days passed, and 2 days after that, 2 days later, Appu came down to the river. The shop was near the river. Appu went down to the river, and he used his trunk to suck up lots of water and hold it. Then he came to Kalu's shop and he sprayed the water out of his trunk everywhere. All of the new clothes in the shop became wet, and they were spoiled probably. What did Appu do? Appu played a trick on Kalu. Appu shook his trunk and said, An elephant never forgets. He said, I remember you played a trick on me, and an elephant never forgets, so now I played this trick on you. Kalu said, I am sorry, Appu. Let's be friends again. Kalu and Appu became good friends. So this happens sometimes. We play tricks on our friends and then they play tricks on us, and after a bit we say sorry, let's not do it anymore. And that's what happened in this story. Alright children, on page 116 we have words like friend, pain, shop, tailor, trick and wet, which I do not think need word meanings, but if you want me to explain a word to you, I'd like to do it, so please ask me. Now we're on the next page, looking at the questions and answers, which we are going to do in our notebooks. The first question is, who was Kalu? And that one's easy for me. I remember Kalu was a tailor. Kalu was a tailor. Easy, isn't it? Who was Appu? I'm sure you know this. Appu was an elephant. Remember, an elephant. Appu was an elephant. Where was Kalu's shop? Kalu's shop was near a river. Kalu's shop was near a river. Those were easy. What trick did Kalu play on Appu? That's a little more difficult and more interesting. What trick did Kalu play on Appu? Now here I will not use the question at all. Why? Because it makes the answer much more confusing. Let me try to make a simple answer. I'll say one day, instead of giving Appu food when he came to his shop, Kalu poked him with his needle. Did you hear that? That was the trick. You already know that's a trick. We don't need to use the trick that Kalu played on Appu was that one day, okay? We'll say one day, instead of giving Appu food, Kalu poked his trunk with his needle. If you find that too long, you can say one day Kalu poked Appu's trunk with his needle. That's fine with me too. How did Kalu's clothes become wet? You can try to answer using the question. Did is past tense. Let's see how we do that. Kalu's clothes became wet when Appu sprayed water from his trunk on them. Kalu's clothes became wet when Appu sprayed water from his trunk on them. If you don't like my answers, there's many other ways to answer. Just tell me how you'd like to say it. We can do it together. Let's write these in our notebooks and then let's do these also. Would you like to do these orally? Let's do these orally. We don't really want to write this down. We don't want to write down what we do when we are angry. Let's talk about it. I'll tell you what I do. Some of you already know. And you tell me in small little videos or audios what you do, okay? What do you do when someone troubles you? When someone bothers you? When you answer, please answer in a full sentence. When someone troubles me, I go away. When someone troubles me, I get angry. When someone troubles me, I trouble them more. You can choose your answer. What do you do when you are angry? When I am angry, I shout a lot. When I am angry, I scream and cry. When I am angry, I don't eat my dinner. So this is up to you. You tell me what you do when you're angry. What do you do when you don't want to share? When I don't want to share, I hide my things. I put them in a box and don't show them to anybody. When I don't want to share, I eat my candies in the dark. Or you can be frank and honest and say, some people might say, when I don't want to share, I tell others no. Okay, you can also say, no, sorry, I won't share. We don't share so many things. We don't share our toothbrush ever. We don't share our soap. And we don't share our masks now. So there are things you don't want to share. What do you do when someone asks you for a pencil? When someone asks me for a pencil, I give it to them if I have two. I think most of us do that. Please record audio. These are 1, 2, 3, 4 questions. And try to answer in full sentences, children. Let's leave what share. I know what games you play with your friends. We haven't played with our friends in school for a long time. Can you walk and make sounds like an elephant? I am sure every single one of you can be a very nice baby elephant. If you want to do it for me, you're welcome. Himanshu, I'm sure you'd make a wonderful little baby elephant. Anybody else who wants to walk and make noises like an elephant, go ahead. I'll love to look at it. Now let's look at the next exercise, which starts here and says, the tailor had a shop near the river. The question is, we're practicing how to answer questions using that sentence. The question is, where is your house? My house is near the post office. My house is near the temple. My house is near the bus stop. So you can write this question and answer in your notebooks, please. Then it says, make some more right here. Make some more sentences like the one above, beginning with words like so. You're going to say, my school is near the temple. My school is near Machkali. My friend's house is near the vegetable shop. My friend's house is near the railway station. The well is near the welder's shop, I think. The well is near Bharati Children's Academy. If you have other places that you'd like to write about, ask me before you put it in your notebooks. Now it says the elephant, the airplane, my book. The elephant is in the jungle. The airplane is in the sky. My book is in front of me. Now, kids, children, the last thing I'm going to do with you is on page 118, saying these words aloud. Jam, jeep, joy, jug, juice. Don't write them unless you are writing them and saying them aloud. We are learning how to say these words. Jam, jeep, joy. Joy means happiness. Jug, juice. Pan, pen. Pick, pink, put. Year. 1 year has gone by already. Yell. To yell means to shout, to yell. Please don't yell I'm not deaf. Yellow, yes, young. Now come some words which are difficult for some of us. Zebra, zigzag, zip, zoo, zoom. You hear that zzz buzzing sound? I sound like a little insect, like a bee going zzz. I'm not saying j. It's not jam, it's not zebra. It's zebra, zigzag, zip, zoo, zoom. I know that Yuvan was able to do these words after practice. I'd love to hear you all say these. Nothing wrong if we can't say it in the first time, second time, third time. It just takes practice. Different languages have different sounds. Zebra, zigzag, zip, zoo, zoom. This is what I'll do with you. You can do the pick the odd one out, this exercise in this book. You don't have to do it in your notebooks. On the opposite page, they're talking about how to make a friendship band. We do it for Raksha Bandhan. We make Rakhis. If you wish to make one, ask your home teachers to help you, please. This 119, and you can make a friendship band. And you can show me a picture.